So Deeks, a 0-0 draw against Gainsborough today. How do you summarise that overall?
I thought lots of endeavour again, work rate, desire. They defended very well, counter-attacked them very well. So the game plan that we had planned for tonight for this game, worked. Obviously we could have nicked it at the end. Some of the decisions again, I'll stand here again, just like scratching my head, and it's surreal. I've never been on a run like it as a manager or a player where. I don't know what we have to do to get a penalty at the moment. Not that I'm saying, telling the lads to stay on the feet, but they're blatant penalties and we're just not getting that rub of the green at the minute. But I think, the fans that were here tonight, fantastic, supported us, on a Tuesday night away from home. And I think they could see that the lads are giving everything for the shirt, and I've just said to them in there, I feel for you because, it's tough at the minute. You're not getting the rub of the green. McKeel's shot, great save at the end from the keeper. Harvey's had a great header, great save from the keeper. I think two good teams going at it. They play football, they work the ball very well. Took us a little bit of a while to get to grips with it in the first half, but I think after that, I thought, we looked a threat on the counter-attack, and young Harvey's leading the line at 18. He's doing remarkably well, to be fair to him, playing beyond his years, and we've got lads on the bench that are patched up that are coming on with injuries, etc., or when called upon. So the whole squad's fighting for each other, and I think that was evident to see tonight. But credit to both sides. I thought two good sides going at it in this league, and I think respected sides, and probably a fair result at the end. Obviously they've hit the crossbar, but that was their only real kind of shot of note, I think, on target, or obviously at the crossbar. But credit to both sides. It was a tough battle, and I think a draw is a fair result.
Mm-hmm. Now, looking at the penalty shouts in particular, do you feel even more hard done by it, the fact we've conceded penalties for less than that?
It's football sometimes, like I said, I'm not going to put it down to anything. I just think, I'd like to think the referees can make them decisions, and I think they're not hard decisions to make. I understand if it's a little bit 50-50, but you can see the frustration of our fans and the players and the bench, and you're like, well, how can you not give them? And it's not me being, I think anybody that's watched our games over the past 5 or 6 games, we've had 4 penalties given against us, like you said, for much less, and I think that's the frustrating part. But it is part of football, and you have to get on with it. And I said to the lads, you've just got to play the game. All you can control is what you're doing as an 11 out there, and then 4 walls in the change room. And that's all you can do, play football, and eventually it'll turn. It happens in football. You go on runs like this where you just think everything's against you, but it's not. And what they're doing is they're showing real character, and they're competitive, and hopefully, I said something will turn soon for us, and I think it's just about keeping that faith. But yeah, really frustrating because you like to be on the right side of one for a change, but it just don't seem to be our luck at the minute.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think it's just a case of keeping the faith to eventually get back to those scoring ways, or do you think something needs to be done to be a bit more capitalising of chances?
Yeah, I think it's not that we're not creating chances. We are. We've created 5 really good chances to score goals tonight, and we're just making that wrong decision in that split second. Instead of going with heading it in, we're going with our feet, or having an extra touch, or just having them snap. It's just them split second moments, and I think. You've got to remember how young this team is. There's Lyndon Meikle and Colin Daniel out there tonight, and Jamie Walker over the age of 30. The rest of them are all from the age of 18 to 23, 24. So they're continuing to learn on the feet, on the pitch, and that's something that I want to give them a platform to do. And yes, they are going to make the wrong decisions sometimes, but what they do is they keep going and keep creating the chances. And eventually, like I said, they'll go and put 3 or 4 in. But we need a little bit of luck sometimes as well. But I suppose you make your own luck in football, but they are creating chances. They looked a threat all night on the counter-attack, stayed in their shape, and I think that's something where we've just got to keep going with that. It's not because we become a bad team and we can't win a game of football. We're not getting beat by 4, 5, 3, 2 goals. We're getting beat by the odd goal or drawing games at the minute, and it's evident we probably just need to stick the ball in the net. And once that happens, McKeel gets 1, Harvey gets 1 or 2, then hopefully the goals will start flowing. But we need to probably be a bit more realistic in the fact that we probably need goals from all over the pitch now, and I think that's where I've asked the lads to take a little bit more responsibility. Can you take charge of situations, make the right decisions, and be that person that puts it in the net? So like I said, they're doing very well, they're playing well, they're not doing badly. It's just that, like I said, we just need to start sticking the ball in the net a little bit more with the chances we create.
Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, we didn't concede any today either, so are you proud of them from a defensive aspect as well? Yeah,
100%. You look at the Guiseley game, Blythe, last week, last Saturday just gone, we're not conceding many goals, but we're not scoring many either, and I think that's something that when they're tight games like that, like I said, every team in this league, they're going to fight. They're going to, they're good sides. They've got good players, and it's not as easy as, no disrespect to step 4 or step 5. When you go down there, you can kind of look at the league and go, right, we're probably going to beat this team today, or we're going to have a high chance of winning and probably scoring a few goals. It's not like that in this league. It's tough. You have to grind stuff out. You have to work hard, and you have to be clinical. And I think that's the key. And I think, that's evidently why Tom Curzons has gone to the Football League, because he was clinical with his chances. And them players are hard to find. But like tonight, Deckhouse the top goal scorer in the league, but he hasn't scored tonight. Or he's up there in the top goal scoring chart. So I think it's important that you've got to give credit to the oppositions that you're playing against as well. It's difficult to break down the good sides, and you have to work for it and take those chances when they come, and they're few and far between. I think that's the difference where some of the younger players are realising that now. You might only get the 1 chance or 2 chances. You have to score one of them too. Whereas a bit lower down, you're probably getting 4 and 5, and you can score a few more goals. So yeah, you've got to give credit to oppositions that you're playing against sometimes as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Lancaster next at home after a little bit of a break because we've not got a game this weekend. But you're looking forward to that one?
Yeah, 100%. We've got 4 home games and 4 away games to finish the season, and I've just said to him, finish it strong, give everything you've got. You're in control of your own destiny. I don't, league points, etc. There's a lot of points to be played for yet, so there's going to be some twists and turns along the way. It can come down to an injury or a sending off or something in the game. So we've just got to keep doing what we're doing, keep positive. They're in a good position, and they've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So hopefully that will take the shackles off them a little bit now, and they can play with a bit more freedom and go and enjoy it.
Cheers, Deeks.
Cheers, mate.